Hello and welcome to Yogi's Voice Bits. This is an interesting question today. A person is asking me, so why do we need to modulate? இது முன்னாடி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண மாதிரி தான் இருக்கு, but yet again this is an interesting question and I will explain it to you again. Voice overனாலே modulation, expression, emotion இதெல்லாம் சேர்ந்தது என்ன voice over. See, I have dubbing, I have mimicry talent, I have whatever. See, voiceover comprises of everything under one big genre, voiceover, which means you have to be multi-talented. Sir, why is modulation requirement necessary? Sir, why is modulation requirement necessary? எல்லா ஸ்கிரிப்டும் ஒரே மாதிரி தான் இருக்குமா? ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொரு மாடுலேட் பண்ணுறாங்களா? Is modulation a necessary step for every kind of script that is being given by the client? That's a sensible and a valuable question. See, as I was talking, the person is asking me and the student கேட்குறாங்க, Sir, I need only the modulation techniques. I need to learn only the modulation techniques. Modulation techniques தனியாக எப்படி சொல்ல முடியும்? It depends on the genre. It depends on the script. ஒவ்வொரு கிளைண்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன் இருக்கும் இல்லையா? See, you would be talking in a different pose or a different style in a dice. The same material when it's given to on a classroom session or maybe on a module or a e-learning type, you will do it differently. If that portion is converted to a 10-second or 30-second, நீங்கள் அதை ஆட் மாதிரி பண்ணணும். The genres differ. So modulation அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். See, the industry has set a standard of pattern. The voice, the tonality and the modulation differs and the person too differs. Just imagine, இது மாதிரி எனக்கு வேணும், இது மாதிரி எனக்கு பண்ணணும். I want a similar thing which was showcased in that ad or which is being told by this person. அவர் மாதிரி வேணும், இவர் மாதிரி வேணும்ன்றது ஒரு வெரைட்டிக்காக இருக்கும். But choose your talent, choose your voice metrics, choose your decision to do any voiceover. Modulation should not be flat. Yes, modulation is a necessary tool, it is a necessary equipment or an element for voiceover. எல்லா voiceover artistum கண்டிப்பா modulation பண்ணி தான் ஆகுவாங்க. Because modulation பண்ணாலே அது ஒரு artificial toneக்கு போற மாதிரி you might feel. But if the necessity is in such a way, please do it. You have to modulate. What are the modulation techniques? I will give you a sequence of audio clips which will follow this video, or in between the video I'll post it. In this video itself, I'll give you a 10 minutes audio which is having lots of genres, different modulation.
Voice genres. We will see the kinds of voiceover. In kinds of voiceover or voice genres, we have IVR, that's called interactive voice response. Also, the mobile prompts, e-learning, educational DVDs, explainers, narration, storytelling, RJs, which we know as radio jockeys, documentaries, presentations, announcements, news reading, animated series and cartoon characters, advertisements, audiobooks, teasers, promos, trailers, kiosk and answering machines, movies and television dubbings. Now let's see some examples, how we can voice them with some samples. In IVRs, we say, "Thanks for holding. Your call is important to us. Please hold while we connect you." Prompts. Airtel offers today. Recharge for ₹100 and get a Paytm cashback of ₹10 right now. Join the bingo slogan contest and get 1+1 offer on purchases of ₹100 and above. E-learning. This module teaches about the pipeline fittings and the safety procedures. You will learn about the complete assembling and repair procedures. To evaluate your understanding, please answer the questions at the module end. Click Next to continue. TV commercial. Boomerang, the one-stop shop at Adyar for all your home needs. Visit today. A documentary. From the dawn to dusk. Experience a blissful living amidst nature's serenity. Sky Homes presents a gated community at a lush green atmosphere in the heart of Chennai city, with all amenities inside the corridor with closest proximity. A promo from the creators of Empire Lee Daniels. Rise from nothing, just a beginning. The Dream. Season premiere on Star Movies. Wednesday 9 p.m. Coming next, Titanic. Brought to you by Amazon, Myntra, Cloud9 Hotels and Nestle. Let's see how a presenter talks. The nominees For the Best Employer Award 2020 are ABC Mills Limited, Cipla Limited, MRF Limited, Apollo Tyres, Gamesa, Joy Alucas, and the award goes to Apollo Tyres. A kind of announcement. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to announce the forthcoming event on the launch of our new product, scheduled by 5 p.m. this evening at Windsor Park Auditorium. This is a formal invite to all stakeholders. Please do join us for the meeting and a cocktail dinner thereafter. Thank you. This can also be told in a different way. Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to announce the forthcoming event on the launch of our new product, scheduled by 5 p.m. this evening at Windsor Park Auditorium. This is a formal invite to all our stakeholders. Please do join us for the meeting and a cocktail dinner thereafter. Thank you. Let's see how a news reading is done. So, Indian Navy officers of the Western Naval Command, including a captain and 14 others, have been booked by the Central Bureau of Investigation for allegedly submitting fake and forged contingent bills, which resulted in a loss of Rs 6.76 crore of public money. Maharashtra's COVID-19 lockdown, which has progressively eased over the past 2 months, will be extended till December 31 because of the rising coronavirus cases, which crossed the 4 lakh mark on Wednesday, the state government said. This can also be said in a more loose tone. Let's see about the explainers. This can be a bit fast and peppy. Like, Sunshine, India's largest online recruiters, have proven credentials since a decade. We handle simple procedures on the right way to offer you jobs that suits you. Never feel bad during global unemployment or lockdown crisis. We are just a click away. Contact Sunshine and start a new life today. This is about narration, like a storytelling. Can be a little subtle, calm, and powerful, but let's see how it goes. Apu was tired after a day's work. He was very hungry. So he decided to spend some money from his pocket to drink a juice on his way back home. At the juice shop, he ordered a pineapple juice and enjoyed looking at it, the way it was made. He was given the juice with an unclean glass. "Here is your juice, boy." Looking at it, Apu said, "Uncle, is this the way you give me? I don't want to drink in an unclean glass. Give me a good glass, please, or else give my money back." The shopkeeper refused. What would you do if you were Apu? Now let me tell you what is podcasting. Podcasting is like information that you share to your listeners. Well, it can be of any topic of your choice. Like I have chosen mine. When it comes to podcasting, you can just be casual, your normal, natural tone. Like I have chosen the topic, Indian monuments, the marvels and mysteries. And one other interesting topic I chose is life after death, human's destiny. When you introduce yourself in a podcast, when you start your episode 1, it has to attract your listeners. Like what I did was, "Hi, hello and welcome. You are listening to Yogi's podcast." Well, my topic for today and for every day that I have in mind is 2 things. 1, Indian monuments, the marvels and mysteries. The second one is life after death, human's destiny. These are wonderful episodes that I share with my listeners worldwide. You are listening to Yogi's Podbox. This is Yogi's Podbox. Keep listening and enjoy yourself. When we do dubbing, this is the most critical and challenging thing that I could feel, because you have to emote yourself. The anger, the happiness, the smile, the sorrow, the misery, the anxiety, the tension, everything has to be emoted well because someone has acted in such a way. You are dubbing for them. Example, talk to me. Don't be scared. I'm here to help you. No. That was close. Now let's see the cartoons. Here's a real challenge that we need to squeeze and break and do all kind of gimmicks in our voice. Let's see like this. Voice 1.
Hey you! What are you up to? That's insane! You ate all my food! I'm hungry!
Voice 2. I'll agree with you. Let me do that first. Move away! Ah! Why are you blinking at me like that? All these goes with emotions, basically on the context that you see or the animation that is being portrayed. So think about those kind of characters and do the voicing. Now voice 3.
Oh, I see. That's very nice. Can I have it? I want some more. Enough. That's enough for me. Thank you.
The next one is talking without a bass. Cut down the voice bass in you. Like,
Okay, I'm going there tomorrow.
you told me already. Not again. Stop it, will you?
I know I've heard about that before. You told me. Why do you repeat that for me again?
The next voice you can do like more grumpy, more brittle, and more cracky kind. Just watch.
Look at me. I'm doing that for you. You better learn fast. Don't you dare to ask me again. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat you now. Just run.
You can also try an old man's voice, like,
I have been doing this for so many years, my dear young man. You have a long way to go. Learn the way it teaches you, and that's experience. No harm in doing mistakes. Only then you can fine-tune yourself. Experiences teaches a man to be perfect.
the same voice you can also try to do with much shivering tone, like, I have been doing this for so many years, my dear young man. You have a long way to go. Learn the way it teaches you. No harm in doing mistakes. Only then you can fine-tune yourself. So all these things comes looking at the character and the kind of emotions that you enact during the dubbing sessions or the cartoon characters' voicing. So think about it, which suits you, you can do it. The only thing you need to always think about it is with perfection. Wasn't that interesting and fun to do? Thanks for listening.
இந்த டோன் எப்படி நீங்க பண்ண முடியும்ன்றதை ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. These are similarities, not only me. You have to observe and notice and listen and learn from variety of people, watch YouTubes, watch channels, watch movies, and watch lots of web series too. Seeing is believing and seeing is learning. That's how I've been coming across. If you see something unique, if you see something beautiful, ஏதாவது ஒரு விஷயம் ரொம்ப நல்லதாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஏதாவது ரொம்ப அட்மைரபிளாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா, அதை நான் பண்ணால், வாட் இஃப் தட் வாய்ஸ் இஸ் பீயிங் மைண்ட், வாட் இஃப் தட் இஸ் கோன் பி டன் பை மீ, வாட் இஃப் தட் கிளைண்ட் ஹயர்ஸ் மீ, இந்த ஃபுட் ஸ்டெப்ஸில் இந்த ஷூஸில் நீங்கள் இருந்தீங்கன்னா, யூ வில் ட்ரை டு ஹாவ் அ பெட்டர்மெண்ட் இன் எவ்ரி வாய்ஸ் ஓவர் தட் யூ டூ. கண்டிப்பாக மாடுலேஷன் யூ ஹாவ் டு ப்ராக்டிஸ். See which modulation style is adoptable for you. Everybody cannot be doing the same modulation. Modulation kandipa it differs person to person. The same word, see, for example, let me say you. Okay, I'll put this word. Thanks for coming, have a nice day. Let's see the same word which is told in a different modulated style. Based on the script, based on the tone, based on the sequence, based on the previous content, whatever you have in between the flow on the script. I said, what did I say you? Thanks for coming or something. Okay, let it be a unique kind of statement. Thanks for coming, I hope I can see you tomorrow. Let it be the same word. See how the modulation that I try to do. Thanks for coming, I'm looking forward to. Hey, thanks for coming, I'm looking forward to meet you. This is conversational. Thanks for coming, looking forward to meet you. This is rigid. Maybe an officer or maybe a boss, those kind of thing. And thank you, looking forward to meet you. This is another genre, this is another style. Thank you, looking forward to meet you. Thank you, looking forward to meet you. Thank you and looking forward to meet you. Thank you, looking forward to meet you. Thank you, looking forward to meet you. Cutting down the bass, going off mic, turning down your tone, and based on what the content says, modulate. Modulation is not magic. Make it magical. Make your voice magical. That's how everybody survives. Create your own magic. Do not copy. Do not ever, never ever copy someone else's style, someone else's modulation. Create your own. Okay, so that could be a kind of thing. See, I'll tell you one thing. Modulation is something that you have to build your own technique. That's the skill set that you need to groom. Why I'm telling you is this because every modulation differs from person to person. ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு மாடுலேஷன் டெக்னிக் இருக்கும். என்னோடது உங்களுக்கு இருக்காது, உங்களோடது எனக்கு இருக்காது, யாரோடதும் யாரும் காப்பி பண்ணல. What is modulation? Why do we need to do modulation? What is modulation? How is modulation done? What are the kinds of modulation? What are the types of modulation? How to do modulation? இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரே ஆன்சர் தான். You have to create your own style of voicing it out. That's all. Based on the script, based on the necessity, maybe the client is giving some specification. I need this to be more authoritative. I need this to be more subtle. I need this to be more comical. I need this to be more emotional. I need this to be more vibrant. I need this to be dynamic. I need this to be consistent. I need this to be jovial. Imagine the situation. Imagine the script. See, you have to foresee what the output is going to be. நீங்கள் அந்த ஃபோர்ஸி பண்ணால் தான் உங்களுக்கு அந்த மாடுலேஷனோட grip கிடைக்கும். இது இப்படி பண்ணால் மேபி 2-3 takes you can do. 2-3 வாட்டி ரிஹர்ஸ் பண்ணுங்கள், 2-3 வாட்டி மாடுலேட் பண்ணி பாருங்கள். Until, see, the sound engineer is one side. You are on the other side of the panel, in the studio. Maybe if the client is sitting inside, it's an added advantage. He will know what exactly he needs to you. He will know exactly what he needs from you. So he will absolutely grasp whatever you say and say that, freeze it, this is fine, this is fantastic. Maybe whatever kind of thought the script has, whatever kind of material the script is delivering, whatever they have, see, because the script is also depending on the content length, the content or the depth or the content or emphasizing material, it also adds on along with animations and graphics and titling and whatever it is. Maybe some interviews in between. We never know. The script is given to you. Maybe it's the script may be for a realtor or maybe a doctor, maybe for e-learning or an explainer video or maybe an IVR or maybe a presentation or maybe just like a conversational material between 2 or 3 person, just like a conversation between 2 or 3 person. Make it more lively. Make it more lively. Lively is the key word. Make the conversation more lively. See, when they say, please modulate, what kind of modulation? You have to create the modulation. Client would not know or client would not say. He needs to have a pleasing kind of voiceover. ஒரு client வந்து நீங்கள் மாடுலேட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, you know better than me, you decide, you choose which is the best modulation, which is more efficient. எது உங்களுக்கு நல்லா வருமோ அதை சூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, அதை செய்யுங்க. ஸோ தட் இஸ் மாடுலேஷன். ஒவ்வொரு மாடுலேஷனும் ஒவ்வொரு மாதிரி நீங்கள் மாற்ற when you change and change, you will approach the perfection. At one point of time, you will feel that, wow, this is better. At one point of time, you will feel this is better. This is niche. This is fantastic. I don't want to do another one. This is fine. This is good. I think this is okay. What do you say? ஒரு suggestion கேளுங்க. See, your thought, your mind is your master. It should tell you that this is the right one for this. Varieties are there. Compare yourself with somebody else and get motivated and do even more on an upper scale. That is all fantastic. That is on a compassionate ground. That is for prospering. Modulation நீங்க create பண்ணுங்க. Do not copy somebody's modulation. எதுக்கு modulation வேணும்னா script will tell you this has to be more. See, certain times the script will have a bold letter. எதுக்கு போல்டாக கொடுக்குறாங்க? அங்கே அந்த வேர்ட் எம்ஃபசைஸ் பண்ணணும். எதுக்கு கிளைண்ட்டை வந்து ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பிளேஸை வந்து போல்டாக தரணும்? ஒரு ஃப்ரேஸை வந்து ஹைலைட் பண்ணி they will highlight saying that this is the key word. Maybe this is a punch word or maybe this is the brand name. Maybe that's a punch word. Maybe that's a keyword. Maybe that's the branding name. Maybe they are highlighting something through that particular word or a phrase or a statement. You would not know. But it is mentioned on bold or it is mentioned in inverted commas. So these are the things that you need to monitor, judge, and do a justification job onto the script. Because modulation is really helping, and modulation is necessary for every voice artist to do a meticulous, seamless, and a good job. Because unless you modulate, client would say, "Idu flat-a irukku, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எம்ஃபசைஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். நீங்களாம் அந்த ஆட் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, மாதவன் அண்ட் சமந்தா ஆட். தட் ஆட் சேஸ் அபவுட், ஐ திங்க் இட்ஸ் காஃபி ஆட். அப்போ வந்து அந்த சவுண்ட் இன்ஜினியர் will say that and you'll see another person sitting even more better, more romantic, more emotional, more conversational. You might have seen that coffee ad with Madhavan and Samantha. That reminds me to explain you. And the money, the option keep changes. The option keep changing. And the money, the option keep changing until you sound so clear, crispy and neat, which is suitable for that product. Maybe it's a coffee ad, maybe it's an explainer video or an e-learning or something. Until it gets the absorption of the voiceover that has to be done on the script, which is justifying to the script, you will have to modulate. ஒவ்வொரு வாட்டியும் மாடுலேட் பண்ண 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 ஒரே சென்டென்ஸை வேறு வேறு மாதிரி சொல்கிறதாங்க மாடுலேஷன். வேறு ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. Hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? How are you? Hi, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? இது எல்லாமே மாடுலேஷன் தான். Maybe you can change the tone. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? And the content, whatever you say, maybe it's for whatever it is, the script says that you have to do this way. That is modulation. Modulation பண்ணும்போது பேஸ் வாய்ஸ் வச்சுக்கோங்க, தின் டவுன் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, ஸ்குவீக் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, பிரிட்டிலாக பண்ணுங்க, கிராக் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்ரி டைம் இப்போ நான் பேசும்போது I'll try to do something like, every time that I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is different. Modulate the pattern of talking also. Every time I do, this will be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Every time I do, this is going to be different. Modulation, you have to change patterns. Patterns change per day. Every pattern you'll derive something unless somebody is satisfied. And the content says, boss, this is enough. Fine, freeze it. That's all. That's all is modulation. You have to master your skill sets of your voiceover and your bass tone or your thin tone. Squeaking. How do I squeak my tone? Ow! Ha! Ha! Oh! இது மாதிரி ஏதாவது பண்ணி பாரு. The hum words. Ha! Ho! Na! Om. That's a nice word. Om. இதெல்லாம் பண்ணும்போது your throat, your vocal cord gets even more brittle, even more tougher, even more brighter, even more dynamic. So this is the magic of modulation. Modulation is nothing but what is inside you. That's already inside you. அதை அப்படியே எடுத்துட்டு வந்து வெளியே தூக்கி போடுங்க. Somebody would say that this is fantastic, brilliant, I love this, please do this way. அப்போது ஒரு கிளைண்ட் வந்து ஐ நீட் திஸ் இன் வெரைட்டின்னு கேட்டால் ஒரு 2-3 சாம்பிள் அனுப்பின பிறகு இட் குட் பி இன் டப்பிங் ஆல்சோ. டப்பிங்கில் வந்து ஒரு சீரீஸ் நோட் இருக்கலாம், ஒரு ஃபன்னல் இருக்கலாம், ஒரு காமெடி இருக்கலாம். அந்த பேட்டர்னை மாற்றிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. unless you get a grip on the tone which is required for that content, it wins over. If that has been satisfied, modulation is a success. இப்படி தானே எல்லாமே பண்ணுறோம். That is how modulation works. And find and identify what is your best on modulating your voice. That's all. உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தேகமாக இருந்தால் don't keep asking too many questions to the client saying that, do I need to modulate? How is the modulation? Give me a reference. Do you have any link? ஏதாவது எனக்கு கொடுங்க, அதை பார்த்து நான் பண்ணுறேன்னா, for a split of a second, he would understand that you are an amateur, not a professional. See, modulation is something what you have to give to the client. The client would give a specification. The client would say, I need more nicer, more beautiful, and more elegant and more rich. That's how the client expects. And the richness ungalaala kodukka mudiyadha? You can do it. You can do it. Just try modulating yourself with different kinds of tonality and texture. Your voice texture matters in modulation. As simple as that. So, what does it matter? Your voice texture, your tone texture is the matter or the keyword of modulation. So do a wonderful modulation wherever is required. And unnecessary modulation பண்ணி overact பண்ணிக்காதீங்க. If it is not necessary, never do it. If the client is wanting ரொம்பலாம் வேண்டாம், just minimize. I just need a subtle, a casual. Don't say too much of voiceover வேண்டாம், too much of modulation வேண்டாம். Make it very, very, very simple as the way we talk now. As the way you talk on a phone, as the way you talk on a call, or maybe as the way you talk on a phone, as the way you talk on a phone, எப்படி ஃபோனில் பேசுகிறீங்களோ, எப்படி கான்வர்சேஷன் வீட்டில் பேசுகிறீங்களோ, to your friends, to your parents, to your colleagues, or your office, anybody. Or a normal conversation. We don't do voiceover on a daily day, right? Do we? I don't think. I'm not a regular voice kind of person who does, hey, how are you? And the modulation, regular pattern of life, we never do. So keep it subtle, keep it off. When it is required, please do it. When it is required, only then the modulation works out. Otherwise, the client would say that this is not required. Idu vendam. So please don't do. That's what he will feel. Do not overdo modulation and get a bad name. Where ஒரே scriptல கூட you might have the first para to be more enunciated, more powerful, more, because that will be the entry point, or that will be the core element of the content. So the client would say, so this I need more in different modulation, make it sound good. And the rest of things can be little okay, normal, and the normal way. And the first thing, maybe the end, conclusion. And when you have a brand name, when you have a punch voice, when you have a tag voice, in that, like, brought to you by Daimler, or Hindustan Times. These kind of words, you can't say Hindustan Times, Daimler, and Procter and Gamble, Glaxo, Philips. If you say that, no, sir, this is the brand name. Please enunciate, please emote. When you say Philips, Crompton Greaves, or Hicken and Bottoms, or have more. So these kind of modulation, you'll have to practice. Boss, please practice and do modulation. Boys and girls out there, modulation is not magic. You can do it. So when it's required, please do it. Else, not a problem. Do the way that you are. Be natural. Never copy somebody's style. What is in you have to be delivered. That's all. Okay, not to bore much in this episode. இவ்வளோதான் இந்த எபிசோடில் மாடுலேஷன் பற்றி கேட்டிருந்தீங்க. மாடுலேஷன் தேவையா இல்லையா, எப்போ பண்ணணும் எப்போ பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்றது டீட்டெயிலாக நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். Please also scroll down to other topics. You have lots and lots of information on voiceover metrics and nuances. And obviously, I would say, if you would love to have online classes with me, please refer to your friends, or you can also approach me through online portals that I have in 5 different platforms. Choose yours. I have my online platforms, and you can choose what you prefer. I have in English and Tamil too. And I also have my voiceover workshops. People call me and say that we would like to meet you in person, break down, I have a brainstorming session to clarify all the doubts, the myths, the apprehensions, and take a voice demo. You're welcome anytime to the studios, but that's on a different cost because we have to hire a studio and we have to do there. So the sound engineer will be there, we'll have to pay for them, but that's not going to be exuberant. The amount that you spend right now is the amount that you learn in 1 hour's time if you get a voiceover job. If the client hires you, that's a payment which you can just like that get. So do not worry about all these things. I'm here to help you. நான் இருக்கேன் உங்களுக்கு கரெக்டாக கைட் பண்ணி உங்களை ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனல் வாய்ஸ் ஒரு ஆர்டிஸ்டாக மாற்றுறதுக்கு. I'm here to support you, to make you as a professional, and you can sail along with me, and I will also suggest you a few of my clients when they require new voiceover artist. And I will handhold you until you be independent. Sir, போதும் சார் நான் பார்த்துக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிற வரைக்கும் I will guide you. So not to worry, get onto my online classes if you have more doubts and more clarifications, and please do refer to your friends too who are interested in becoming a voiceover talent like you. You know, I also have my workshops on நடத்துவேன். That is on a one-to-one session. If people or folks and aspirants who are interested to meet me in person, to have a chit-chat explore all the myths, doubts, clarification, write down all your doubts, come to the studios. We'll have a long session. The session should not last more than 2 hours. Don't worry, I'll talk. Don't worry, I will not take much of your time. I will guide you and you can take your voice demo. I will guide you in making your voice demo. நீங்கள் ஸ்டூடியோக்கு வந்து உங்கள் வாய்ஸ் டெமோ எடுக்கலாம். நான் சொல்லித்தரேன் என்னென்ன ஜானர்ஸில் நீங்கள் பர்ஃபெக்டாக இருக்கீங்க, எது இதெல்லாம் கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணணும், என்ன இம்ப்ரூவைஸ் பண்ணணுன்றது எல்லாம் பிரேக் டவுன் பண்ணி we will take a nice, neat, clean voice demo for you to market yourself. So that's it for now, and do modulate when it is required. Do not overdo anything in the name of modulation. Modulation is something which you need to create on yourself. Do not copy somebody's style. Be your own creator, not a copier. Okay? Happy voicing once again. Stay tuned for another interesting question. Until then, bye bye. I'm signing off. Take care.